panicking. Don't panic. No, I am, because I'm going to lose my job.
A stitch up. It was a stitch up.
Shit! When I lose the small side of games, I'm upset. Because that's the fucking standard. When I don't see a team that wants to play in the Champions League. You want to play in the Champions League? Play to play in the Champions League. And the same to you and everybody. And everybody that comes on the bench to contribute, to help. We were so hard to be here, and we give it away. The good thing we have 45 minutes.
Do you think the best team lost this time?
I think so, yeah. Especially for 160 minutes. I'm saying that, and they are saying that because they just told me that.
Who did the PSG bench?
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta. Oh, boss, that game against Bournemouth was crazy. The last-minute goal, we went nuts. Though some people say every time we win a game, we celebrate like we won the league. We don't over-celebrate, do we, boss?
Oh, no. No, Martin Odegaard. I don't think so.
Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN. And today we've got a special guest, my guy Views. What you saying, Views?
Big up, man. Big up, man. Bless up for having me, man. That's hilarious, bro. That last one was hilarious, bro. Yeah, that one got me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Big up to you, man. Always a pleasure. Big up everyone locked in. Like and subscribe. You know how we do already. You get me? We are back, people, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Nah, big up, man. Make sure you're subscribing to Views. His channel is in the link in the title of the show. And before we get into that, bro, Martin Odegaard, it looks like he's out potentially for months. MCL injury, another injury again. He had a shoulder injury before. He had 2 shoulder injuries. Now he's out injured. You know, top performance against Olympiacos, to be fair to him. And now he's out again, bro. What's your thoughts, man?
I was surprised. Man. Hey, big up,
big up, guy. What you telling me? You good? Come on, long time no see, man. Good to see you, man, in the building.
Always
love.
Yeah, man. Just I was surprised, North, because obviously when I saw it, I just thought it was an impact. To be honest, I thought he might be done for that game because obviously he went down. He was hobbling around. He was trying to run it off. You know, and how many times did he go to the sideline? Like 2, 3 times? I don't know. He had to just sit down in the end, didn't it? You know, Arteta, I feel, should have maybe just taken him off anyway, because anytime he kind of gets in a challenge, we're scared he's going to get injured, the same as Saka. But to be honest, I didn't think too much of it. I thought, cool, you're injured in this game. You'll probably be back in a game or 2. And then obviously, you know, to hear the news that it's an MCL and it's, you know, 6 weeks, and they're telling us 6 weeks, but you know, who knows? And it's a bit of a shame because, like you said, he had a great game against Olympiacos, and I felt like again Arteta, the jammy git, bro. You know what I mean? He fell into it, bro, because you know Declan Rice went into the 6 at Newcastle. You know, Odegaard and Eze in the new 8s or whatever he wants to call it. Do you know what I'm saying? He fell into something again because I saw that and I like that myself. I'm like, yeah, cool. You know, that way Eze can play in, you know, in an 8/10 or whatever you want to say, and you can still get Arteta's Angels in there. So it was kind of, I thought, yeah, that it's coming together. And the fact that he actually played it against West Ham, I was like, raw, like maybe he is starting to see some of our stuff. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, no, just it's a shame. Maybe he's the new Mr. Glass, because I was calling that for Calafiori, and he seems to be staying fit. And now Odegaard's going down every 5 minutes. I'm surprised though. That was my first reaction because I just thought impact. You know what I'm saying? So,
Nah, I hear it, man. I hear it. Tops, what'd you make of this Odegaard injury, bro?
Yeah. Same with Views, really, man. When obviously seeing it happen, obviously against West Ham, I just thought maybe it's kind of an impact injury. But I've got to agree with Views, man. I'm annoyed about this thing of when Odegaard gets like an impact injury. Now we're not just like taking him off straight away. We've not learned from the obviously Nottingham Forest game, the Leeds game when. Bro, any kind of contact and he's not feeling himself, just yank him off, bro. We've got Eze, we've got Wanyeri, we've got options off the bench. We've got a really good squad now that you don't have to dash people on when they're injured, man. When we used to do it with Partey and all these guys, just dashing them back on the pitch because we ain't got no one else, man. We've got the squad now. So, yeah, man, I think that was a bit disappointing because you never know. That could have obviously made the injury a bit worse, him running on it for another 5 extra 10 minutes when he didn't have to. But, yeah, I thought it was an impact injury. I thought maybe, like Views was saying, maybe like a couple of games and he'll be back. But, yeah, I'm hearing, 6 to 8 weeks, possibly 2 months, something like that, which is obviously not ideal, really, especially with the kind of the games we've got coming up. Champions League games, big, obviously, North London derby next month in November with obviously the Chelsea game too. So, yeah, I think it is a little bit of a blow. But to be honest, guys, like I feel like in past seasons, I'll be losing my head. Oh my God, Odegaard's out. What we're going to do? But I think the squad we've got now, man, there's still no excuses. I can't even lie. Like, we've still got Eze, who's a top level number 10. We've still got Ethan Wanyeri. Everyone rates this kid. He's not had not a lot of minutes in the season so far. He's someone that can come in. So we've got the options to come in and really kind of not even miss Odegaard too much, to be honest with you, because again, you can just rotate those 2 guys, whether it's in the Champions League, League Cup, or Premier League, bro. So yeah, obviously it is a bit of a blow because again, he did play well against Newcastle when he came on, and I thought he was really, really good against Olympiacos. And it seems like he's had a stop-start season this season with injuries in all the home games. He seems to start in, but hopefully, well, I think for me, we've still got the squad good enough to still carry on what we're doing, man. Still winning games, not feeling the injuries too much. Because when I'm looking at it this season, man, it's crazy how narratives can work. Because this time last season, we're hearing injuries were hurting Arsenal. But you look at how we've started this season. We've had more injuries this season, than last year. Only last year, we already had Odegaard out. This season, we've had Saliba, Saka, Norgard, Hincapie, Odegaard, like bare man out. But obviously, we're still got the squad there ready, like secure, ready to do what needs to be done. So it just goes to show all of them kind of injury things were just excuses last year. We just didn't have a good enough squad to cope with it, man. Now we've got bare injuries and no one's moaning about no injuries because we're like, yeah, my man can come in here, my man can come in there. So it's just about squad planning, man, and make sure you plan for the season right. Make sure you go into the season with enough bodies in there, so you could just plot man in and out whenever you need to. So yeah, man, obviously a big blow for Odegaard. Hopefully he can come back sooner rather than later, because again, you get the bigger the squad, the better, obviously. But I still think we've got quality players, guys, man. Eze, Wanyeri, I rate them both. I think they're really good number 10s, both of them, and I think they can definitely come in and make an impact while Odegaard's out, bro. But yeah, bad news, but I think we can keep it stepping still, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. And just to follow off on your point, it's not players that we're saying, we're not looking at Eze saying he can do a job like in previous years. Elneny can do a job. It's more players that, like, really and truly, we wanted Eze to start as a number 10 anyway. We didn't want it to lead to this because Odegaard's injured. Yeah. Because like I agree with you, man. I would have liked to seen Odegaard play alongside him in the 8. But at the same time, I don't know. Like certain people, I saw Hooks put a video out today saying that Arteta's learned from his mistakes this season. Now, I can't agree with that yet. I think it's too early. I think he only really changed it up when he got criticism playing a 3DM. And that was one of the rare things where wherever you stand with the club in terms of Arteta in, Arteta out, everybody was aligned that, yo, that ain't working. Like, you need to change it up. It wasn't like the manager saw, do you know what, it wasn't good enough against Man City or Liverpool, I'm going to change it. He actually tried to continue doing it and said, oh, but look at what I did against Atletico Bilbao. You know, so he was trying to dig his feet in with that one. But I think he realized, or someone was in his ear saying, yo, this is how you're going to lose the fan base because they're united on this. So you better not be wrong and strong. Yeah. And then he got a little bit cocky with the, I didn't have the handbrake. I'll tell you, you didn't have the handbrake today. And he's there all smug. And it's just like, I don't know if I can trust this guy to put out the right lineup week in, week out. And I think that's quite frightening to say that about a manager that's built this team. Let's be real. Like, he's built this team. He's been here with Edu. He's been here since now we've got Berta. He's been here overlooking the whole process, the whole project, whatever they want to call it. And for you not to know your strongest team. I know not every manager is going to get every player that they want. Some signings are going to be club signings. And maybe Gokras was a club signing. But at the same time, you haven't made it work with your previous strikers. So the club has more than enough evidence on you to say, well, you wanted the false nine with Jesus and Havertz, and that didn't work. So now we're going in a different direction because your way hasn't worked. And you've had 5 years to make that, actually count for some trophies. And you haven't won with them. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the Odegaard thing, I think, is a bit more recency bias with some people. Obviously, we can only praise the games that he was playing, but overall, like, he hasn't been that great this season. I know he's had injuries, but this is coming off of the back of 2 years not being that great. Plus, he's the captain. We can't be giving him excuses. You know, unfortunately, certain people at this club, you can't give you excuses. Zubamendi, we can't give you excuses. Gyökeres, we can't give you excuses. These have been additions to the club, yeah. Like, even with Zubamendi and Gyökeres, even though it's a bit harsh, I'm looking at them like, you're not project players. Your players are supposed to be in your prime. We brought you in to make immediate impact. We're comparing Zubamendi with Partey. Some people saying he's better. We're bringing in Gyökeres saying he's better than all the strikers that we have, and we're seeing Moreno be more effective. And that's why, for me, views, I want to get your opinion, bro, because right now I really can't form no excuse. I agree with Tops. I can't afford no excuses for this team.
No. And as you know, most people say, pressure is a privilege at the end of the day, and whether we like it or not, whether we agreed with any of these transfer targets, like I say to you all the time, and everyone on my channel, like someone woke up one day and said Madueke, they just chose violence, and everyone just agreed. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, raw. So I wasn't happy with that. But am I gonna say that he looks bad in an Arsenal shirt? No. Is there end product? Not really, but he is looking promising. You know what I'm saying? He is looking better than what I'd imagine it, and I got to admit that. Odegaard this season, going back to that, up and down, in and out. The last couple of games, he started to look a little bit better, but it's literally Olympiacos game, and then before he got injured in the West Ham game. And then everyone's like, he's back. It's because they're telling us to calm down. When we were 5 games in, we'd lost to Liverpool and drew with City, and we're like, look, man, we're already behind this, that, and the third. Everyone told us, look, relax. 5 games in, and I'm like, what do you mean, relax? But then look at how things have spun around. Liverpool with their 3 losses, anything can happen. But to try and pin your hopes on the fact that a miracle might happen, that's where we're losing. We're losing it. We need to focus there. Do you know what I'm saying? Gyökeres, he needs to do more. I don't blame him fully, but yeah, he 100%. You're like North said, you're not a squad player, you're not a young player, you're not anyone that anyone needs to put an arm around. Do you know what I'm saying? You need to do a little bit more. Realize that, hold on, they're not playing for me. It's me that's got my back to goal all the time, and they're just hoofing balls up in the air and all the rest of it. It's always going down the wing. So realize your situation. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, look, like I said, maybe it is a credit to the team or to Arteta or to whoever, that we're in a position where we're not really too bothered. Obviously, we've got Eze. That's why I was happy we got Eze and Gyökeres, whether they're for the club or not, because Arteta's going to fumble them. That's the first and foremost. Yeah. So hold that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone can see it. You know what I'm saying? You're fumbling. It's almost like we know what we're saying every now and again. Do you know what I'm saying? But also, yeah, for the next manager, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't get anything out of them, someone competent can, because we can all agree, as North said as well, and I'll shut up, whether you're in or out, this squad is good enough to be leaving with something. Do you get me? Like, maybe even multiple something. So, it's down to him to get the best out of them. So, yeah, there's no excuses, man. No. And just lastly as well, it's like kind of like when Odegaard was in and out a couple of weeks ago, I was calling it like a blessing in disguise. I didn't want to be dark, but it is what it is, isn't it? Because he's always going to play Odegaard, whether you've trained all week, whether you've touched no footballs, whatever, he's going to play you. Do you know what I'm saying? So if he is injured to the point where you can't play, it might just be better for the team.
I hear that. Tops. Liverpool, 3 L's in a row. I released a video today talking about my thoughts on Liverpool. Tomorrow I'll probably do Tottenham. What would you make of Liverpool, bro? Because it seems like a lot of Arsenal fans now got a lot of confidence. Liverpool dropping points, losing back-to-back games. At the start of the season, they weren't looking that convincing. Obviously, now it's catching up to them in terms of their results in the games. Do you expect them to bounce back? Do you expect Slot to sort it out? Do you think that this is now our season to win it, since he looks like he's struggling to get it right? What's your thoughts on Liverpool, bro?
Yeah, all of the above, really, man. I think obviously with Liverpool, again, a lot of fans were saying, I mean, me included, man, when they got Isak, got Wirtz, had an amazing window. We thought, yeah, that's the league wrapped up, and that's all done. But we've seen it in obviously past kind of teams, like with Real Madrid when they got Mbappe. Just because you got all these top 10 players on by name only doesn't guarantee you're going to be winning the major honors, man. Obviously, it's more of a chemistry thing, and it seems like with Liverpool, they are struggling to kind of integrate the likes of Wirtz and Isak into a new team, new system, new manager. And for me, when I'm looking at Arsenal, I'm just thinking this is when you have to capitalize on these teams not really being full gear. We've seen it before in the past with City when they've had a slow start. You need to be on their neck, like you need to be at the top, winning all the games. This is why I'm a bit frustrated that we didn't beat them at Anfield because they were there for the taking. We had the players in the squad to really beat them, even without Saka, even when Saliba went down. We still had Eze on the bench. We could have played other players in certain positions to really be more on the front foot from minute off and really give them a game. Because like we've seen, man, they're not unbeatable, bro. Like they do concede goals, they do concede chances, and we've definitely got a team good enough to go there at Anfield, even though we've not won there since 2012 to win. So that's my kind of frustration, man. And even similar when I said about obviously the Man City game too. Like that's another game. Like it's funny, we're top of the league, but we literally could have won every game. Like that's not something that's good, like a mad saying either. Like if we would have got some of the team selections right and some of the kind of the intent going into the big games, we literally could have been sitting there winning every game. And this squad's definitely capable of it. So that's kind of my frustration. But in terms of Liverpool, bro, I think, like I said, obviously a lot of Liverpool fans are having meltdowns. They're not happy with certain obviously performances like Salah and Van Dijk and stuff like that. So yeah, for me, bro, I think this is kind of the time where Arsenal need to go on like a big run. We've got the fixtures to do it. We need to kind of capitalize just in case Liverpool slip up even more, because I do feel like if they're going to slip up, it's going to be around about this time when they're still integrating the likes of Isak and Nketiah, because there is a lot of change at Liverpool, man. Trent Alexander-Arnold was a massive play for them. He's left. They need to kind of make sure they can try and get some creativity back into the team in another way, because Trent, again, those balls over the top to Salah, they need to try and obviously utilize Salah in another way. Sorry. So, yeah, I think if we're going to win the league, we need to make sure we get like a healthy lead, obviously above Liverpool, because, again, I'm sure a period in the season, they're going to get it right. Wirtz is going to start getting GA. Isak's going to start scoring, and then we're going to have a proper problem on our hands for sure, man, because I think they've got too many top players to not really go on a run at some stage of the season. It's just when they're going to get their act together. I think the break kind of comes in a good place for them, really, because now they can kind of regroup, get their kind of thoughts together, and then they can try and go again when they've got Man United after the international break. But in terms of what you're saying, bro, I think this is the season to offer Arsenal to win. I'm not even looking at Liverpool respectfully. We've spent a lot of money. We've got all the positions covered. People were all moaning about Saka, having him cover for him. We've got Max Down. We've got Madueke. We've got a new striker. We've got cover on the left-hand side. We've got cover in midfield. We've got cover at the back. Galore. We've literally got everything, covering the keeper area. We've got everything. Like, injuries is not an excuse. He's been here long enough. It's 6 years. Like, we've got all the players that we want in it as well. So it's like, bro, if you're not going to win it now, you're never going to win it. Like, you're just not. Man City are not the team they were. Rory went down with another injury. I know Haaland's bagging in goals, but again, they've shown defensive frailties this season as well. So even like the top teams that we're competing with, they're not up there scintillating best. So if there's a chance for Arsenal to kind of get in there and get kind of a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a point gap, it's literally now. Because again, even though we've got injuries, we still can field a team with Declan Rice, with Saka, with Gyökeres, etc., etc. So yeah, bro, I'm thinking this is the time for Arsenal to really kind of cement their authority on this title race and actually show that we're actually going to be there from the start to the end, and hopefully win it as well, bro. Because again, while Liverpool are in this kind of a little bit of a slump, you've got to strike while the iron's hot, bro. Otherwise, they'll come back into form, and then soon you know it, we're behind them again. So yeah, to answer your question, bro, I think they will come back, but I still think it's Arsenal's season to win it this season, regardless, bro. To be honest with you, we got the team. So yeah.
No, I agree. I'm gonna ask Views, because just before Views goes, this is exactly why we were angry with the way we set up against Liverpool when we faced them this season, because we could see that them playing Szoboszlai at right back, whoever they're playing at right back, you've seen the way that Crystal Palace faced them, Mateta smacking the post. You can see, like, even Chelsea, the way they were going for it, Estevao at the end, across into flipping Endo, headed it straight at the post, and then right at the end, you know what I mean? Robertson caught sleeping, little tap in for Estevao. They had the intent. All these teams that have gone for the win, they've had the intent to win the game. They didn't sit back and just allow pressure. They actually took the game to them. The flipping shot by Caicedo as well didn't get closed down. Their midfield has not been up to par. Gravenberch, McAllister, ballers, but they've not been up to par. I mean, Views. This is why we was annoyed that we didn't go for the win. It was cowardly the way we set up against them, bro. And now look at them.
Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. And like you said, it sends a message of intent. Like when we turned up at Anfield and we saw the bricks and the fridges, Liverpool must have thought, well, we don't even have to try today. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like we turned out of a rugby team. You know what I mean? And even now when I watch the game, like even against Olympiacos and West Ham, like a lot of the ball is on the floor, of course, but a lot of it is up in the air. We're looking up all the time. Like, are we playing rugby? I don't understand it. Second balls, chips, crosses, getting it down the wing. This is why, because it sends a message of intent. So then when you line up at home against West Ham, they're talking about new manager bounce, Nuno, because for me, last season Nottingham Forest were like the best counter-attacking team. So we know what Nuno's capable of. But when we're setting up and we've got Rice, Odegaard, and Eze, did that not send a message? Did you not feel, all right, he fucked it up with Trossard starting on the left, yeah? But you know what I mean? Other than that, it sends a message. You turn up to Anfield with, you know, with a midfield to start the game like that. No one says you got to stay like that for the whole game. It sends a message to the rivals, to the players in the team, to everybody. You know what I mean? The Sky, whoever's covering the game, it sends a message. You turn up. That's why it was, as you said earlier, bro. That's why it's such a universal thing that everyone was onto him. Because what on earth is this? Like, I had to think of a whole new phrase. Like I said, counter defense. That's because of him. It's unbelievable, guys. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, like, you've turned up. All right. Even when you're big up Yasser, even when you're away from home, you might want to be slightly more defensive. 2 CDMs at best, 3. And we've seen it last season. And big up Rashid, because he always mentions it. Bournemouth last season, we tried that whole midfield trio and we lost the game. Do you know what I mean? We tried it in pre-season. It didn't work. It didn't look good. So but him, everyone keeps saying he learns all the time. So why is he not learning? It's not looking good. You know what I mean? It's not looking good. So yeah, no. For me, if it's a mentality thing, isn't it? You know, for once, go out and I'm gonna echo Tops, because while Liverpool are in disarray, let's get a march on them. Do you know what I'm saying? Have I been convinced that we can do? Not at the moment. Now the results are going our way. So of course, all of the tippity top guys over there are gonna say, it's been 9 games, 10 games, we've only lost 1. But how do we look? Do we look good? Do we look like we're gonna continue to flourish playing this way? Because that's my main concern. While the results are good, everyone's not gonna look at deficiencies. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not. Only when it's bad, and then at the same time, people don't want to hear it because they just think it's criticism because we lost. I always say when we win, that's the best time to criticize, because you're actually open to hear it. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know it's not coming out of spite. All right, we won. How are we going to keep winning? Because I'll shut up on this, right? I keep saying on my channel, right? The results is the currency, always, right? But what backs up that currency? Yeah, we need some bullion. We need some gold to back. Yeah, just like currency now is just numbers on the screen. That's like Arsenal. The results are cool. They look nice. You understand? But eventually we're going to need to lean on the performance. And I don't know if we're going to have it in us when the time comes because of how we're playing. We get one good game and then we go back into the, tortoise in the shell, lethargic again. Do you know what I'm saying? So I need to see like 5 games where, we're going at it. You know what I'm saying? Win the game in the first 20 and then brick up. I'm happy with that.
Now I hear that, man. I mean, I got to agree with views, bro. I got to agree with views on that. Tops, what do you think of it? Because I'm seeing now the narrative, now that Liverpool are dropping points, they're all talking about Arsenal fans saying, I saw your gal saying something like, I don't want to hear nothing about injuries. I'm like, you've been crying for injuries for the last 5 years. What are you talking about? I'm saying you're the president of that club. How dare you? You got the Blue Peter badge and everything, bro. You got the world title complaining about injuries and VAR.
That's a world title.
He's the heavyweight champion of excuses, bro. Now all of a sudden, no one can make an excuse no more. Now he's checking everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. What do you think, bro? Because look, 1 or 2 good performances doesn't change my mind. But how do you look on it so far this season as a whole? So far, you think we've changed?
It's a difficult one to say, man, to be honest with you, because again, it's kind of two things. Because obviously, while I'm happy we've got the new players, and again, the players that I didn't think Arteta would sign, the Gyökeres and Ezes, we actually did get them, so that is definitely a positive, whether it's for him or the new manager, like you said. And that's obviously that's a little bit of change just right there, just obviously them getting those players through the door. We've been here before, like that's kind of thing where I always think about Arsenal. Like we've been like top for 6, 7, 8 months and still not won the league. We've been 8 points clear in April. We've been 1 game away, Aston Villa, we're from winning it, and then we don't do it. So I feel like there's a lot of equity to kind of gain from, obviously, to convince the Arsenal fans that, yeah, we're winning games in September, but when the crunch time comes in April, May, are we still going to be there? Are we still going to have the kind of nous or the muscle to kind of really win when it actually matters, when we've got a few games left, when we know when you win, we're actually going to win the league? Do you know what I'm saying? So there's a long way to go. The season's so early, man. So for me to be convinced of that, I need to see it with my own 2 eyes, man. I can't lie. Like I need to wait till April, see if we're still around there to begin with, and then see what we actually do during those crunch games. Because again, we've seen this obviously Arsenal team crumble at home to Southampton, dropping points there, at home to Aston Villa, dropping points there. So yeah, while it's great and it's obviously good to be top at any point of the season, because obviously at the top. But for me, the crunch games are when we actually near the end of the season, when there's a lot of pressure on the line. One mistake and you're out of it. You've got teams hunting you down, or you're hunting on another team down. And any kind of mistake, you're going to be out of it. So while I want to hope they've changed, again, the proof's in the pudding, man. I need to see it with my own two eyes before I kind of get on that bandwagon, man. Just to obviously go on your point about the injuries. Yeah, for me, bro, and this is what I said obviously earlier when I'm talking about injuries, like, for me, it just shows a lack of preparation when you're going to injuries, man. Because again, everyone knows how many games we've got in the season. Everyone knew last season that we were going to have more Champions League games. You had to prepare in the summer, and obviously we had a terrible transfer window. It was awful in terms of personnel-wise and even numbers. We didn't even get extra bodies in to kind of cope with the extra stress of playing all these players in all these different competitions. So yeah, man, for me, I never use injuries as an excuse. That just means you failed to prepare, in my opinion. So yeah, man. And this is why this season I'm not sad about it, because again, the transfer window, we've got 8 players in. We actually covered certain positions in terms of getting kind of cover for Sakas and etc. Like I said, so yeah, man, there's no excuse when it comes to the injury front on my point, even if we've had a load of injuries, because you've got the players that you wanted in to come in to fill in for this particular reason, bro. So yeah, man, I think for me, in terms of Arsenal's start to the season, like I said, again, we're top of the league. I think defensively, we've been really, really good. That's one thing I've been impressed with in terms of how we've kind of nullified the opposition, not really giving too many kind of opposition teams chances in the game, even if we do concede one goal. That's a really good thing. But for me, I still think like we still need to create more chances, man. I know we've obviously improved slightly in terms of creating a few more against Olympiacos and against Newcastle when we've obviously took the handbrake off or played more offensive players. But, bro, I want to see us create more chances like we were a couple of seasons ago, man, where we were creating chances on a whim, bro, when we had Jesus and Xhaka and all these kind of guys in there, bro. I think we can definitely get to that level with this team. And I think once we get there, that's when you're going to be comfortable and confident we're going to win the game. Because like at the minute, we're scoring one goal, we're defensively tight, then we get one late at the end. But you're never kind of 100% sure we're definitely going to win the game because it's 1-0 until the 80th minute or towards the end of the game. I want to be like, obviously, if you said, first half, you're 2-3-0 up. That's what I want to see from the team. Then you're like, cool. This is it, man. We're cooking, man. We're sourcing up. So I'm waiting for that, really, to be honest, bro. But at the minute, again, we're top of the league, 16 points. And hopefully we can just push on from here and just maintain that level in terms of winning. And again, like you said, View said, improve the performances, man, offensively for me. Because defensively, I got to say, we've been really, really good. 3 goals conceded. We don't really concede chances, like I said. If you can try and improve that offensive side, then yeah, bro, we've got no excuses, man. We're solid defensively, good going forward. And then that should be it, bro. We should be on our way to our major, man, hopefully. So yeah, man, hopefully we can see some improvement in that regard, man, bro.
No, I agree, bro. I feel like there's too many question marks and there's been too much of a mixed bag of performances. That even on performances, first of all, which is why I'm very skeptical of this season, even with the state of Liverpool, is because how many games have we played where we've had a 19-minute performance where we say, yo, we absolutely cooked today?
Not one.
Some people may say Leeds. I felt like Leeds was just there for the take, and I'll be honest. Like I don't think that was a top performance. It was a clinical performance. We scored a lot of goals, but I didn't think it was the most elite performance that I've seen. But okay, people may say that one out of all these games is not that convincing. Certain games were playing good for 35 minutes. Other games were playing good 45 minutes. Second half, we seem to drop off the tempo. This is on a consistent basis. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, we don't know what to expect from this manager. The biggest games that we faced so far this season, we've played 3DM, so we play within ourselves. So when we've got Atletico Madrid coming up, we've got Crystal Palace coming up, 2 massive games coming up back to back. What's going to be our approach? You know, people that want to be positive will say that we'll go for the attack, but he hasn't been playing attacking football against these big teams this season so far. So it's like we only really seem to try and impose ourselves. Even Athletic Bilbao, we played 3DMs. Like even Athletic Bilbao, where it's a game we're supposed to win, we're the favourites, he still was reserved. So it's like, did he just change the midfield to shut the fan base up, or did he do it because he actually sees what we're saying? That's my big question mark on this manager, because you only seem to change it up when you're getting backlash. Otherwise, he continues to do the same thing. You know what I mean? Certain games we're still relying on set pieces to win those games. It's like, are we going to change? Are we going to score more open goal goals in open play? I'm not too sure. Like the performance against West Ham, we're comfortably stronger than them. Do you know what I mean? They're pipped to get relegated. And that performance was flat. It was a flat performance for me. And I feel like we're still a team that relies on moments. We're still a team that relies heavily on on set pieces, and we're still a team like going into the rest of the season. I'm not seeing any adaptation to get Gyökeres more into the game. I don't see this guy consistently playing Eze. When Odegaard comes back, and we know how much he loves Odegaard, will he just walk straight into the number 10 role? Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes he only puts players in the right positions due to injuries. And as soon as that favourite's back, he goes back to what he's done before. So it's like, I'm looking at it thinking, okay, are you going to continue playing Calafiori? Because he got cooked against Man City. Like I'm looking at the team and I'm like, are you going to consistently give Ethan minutes? Because you didn't, you know what I mean? You played him against Port Vale, but is that what you're going to do? You did that last season. What did that? Then when he deserved minutes in the league, you didn't give it to him when Odegaard was injured. So are you going to continue doing that? Are you going to continue playing Trossard on the left? Are you going to continue playing Martinelli on the left? You know, are you going to continue starting Trossard? Like these are the questions that people that are skeptical and looking at the team are like, yo, is it going to be on a consistent basis? It's all good making the right calls on a one-off game. We need consistency because these things will catch up to us. And that's my biggest problem with this manager is like a lot of times he'll do a one-off game to shut everybody up, or when there's no pressure, he'll do, okay, I'll play the number 10 and the number 10 role. I'll make the midfield a little bit more balanced. And then as soon as we go up against somebody with a half decent attack, we'll resort back to being defensive. We'll resort back to playing within ourselves. And that's my biggest fear about this manager. Like we got Fulham coming up. I expect us to go attacking, but then we'll go back to defensive against Atletico Madrid because it's Atletico Madrid and they slapped up Real Madrid 5-2 and we got to be cautious. And that kind of approach for me, he's shown himself in the last 2-3 attempts trying to go for the league. It doesn't work. It don't work to get us over the line. It don't work in the cups and it don't work in the league and it don't work in Europe. Yeah, I mean, and if you're going to make it work in at least in one of these competitions, at least get your striker cooking. Do you know what I mean? At least get your striker cooking so you actually have an outlet. Saka's come back from injury. Are we going to see the best of Saka? I don't know. I don't think Saka's at his best yet, and I think it's because of all the injuries. I think it's all the knocks that he's taken. I think it's affecting his form, bro. And it may be that we don't see the best of Saka until next year. That the effect lasts all this season. That's something that could happen. I mean, views. What do you make of this? We change the season?
Not enough for me. Yes, we got players in, like Top said, but for me, 8 still weren't enough. 13 players left the club. Did anyone think we had a big enough squad last season? Now, I understand some of the transfers fill up a lot of holes. We know that Arteta likes Swiss Army knives. Do you know what I mean? Rather than specialists. So, but yeah, you're right. For me, I'm really upset with the whole Salah thing because Saka thing, because I'm looking at both him, Saka, and Salah in their recent games, and they were both selfish. I don't know if any of you lot saw it. Do you know what I'm saying? They were both selfish. Why didn't Gyökeres take that penalty? They're talking about, it's Saka's 200th game. He's about to get 100 goal contributions. If he's about to get 100 goals, then cool. Now we've got a discussion about your 55th goal in 200 games for Arsenal. Now, I'm not trying to downplay it, but we got a striker here that's dying for a goal. That's like his, 5th game without scoring or something. Do you know what I mean? He's dying for a goal here. You know what I'm saying? But we got Saka still trying to be the star boy. Maybe it's something that he realizes because his body keeps letting him down now. Every single time he don't look as fast. You know what I mean? He's not, every time he gets challenged, we're worried. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that's on Arteta for me. Ever since he's broken into the team, obviously that was under Emery, but Arteta's used him, ran him into the gut. Like even against West Ham, he played the full 90. What for? Can anyone give me any do you know what I'm saying? What for? Declan Rice, big up Shane. He can vouch. I put up on X, can you take this guy off? He looks knackered. And then a little while later, he's holding his back. He has to go off injured. If I can see it, why can't the manager see it? So now I'm like, have you actually got faith in the players that you bought? A lot of the time we see our lineups and it looks like the first team's on the bench. I don't know. So I'm just glad that there's some like-minded people, because some people look at this and they're going mad. And I'm like, this is not entertaining. For me, it's not even sustainable. And I think it comes down to the fact of, the system that's gone even further in reverse. The chance creation, open play chance creation, clear-cut chances is stinky, and it has been for ages. Most of our chances are off second balls and corners and clip-ins and things like that. Every now and again, we might kick the ball into bodies like it's a pinball machine. We're just hoping that we get on the end of it. Honestly, we're doing long throws. Like we're trying to dry the ball and that. Like that's for me, that's not the Arsenal way. You know, we've seen a variation of approaches under Arteta, and nothing works. Do you know what I mean? But what we do know is that in that 22-23 season, at least everyone was entertained. At least, you know what I mean? We at least everyone could have a bit of chest to say, well, look how we're playing. Like that alone gives me the confidence that whoever we play on that day, it's going to be a long day for them. Do you know what I'm saying? So look, man, like as North said, it was flat against West Ham, even flatter against Olympiacos. Do you know what I'm saying? So is that sustainable, guys? Because like you said, you know, moments, that's our whole fan base, that's our whole club. You know, the same guys are telling me, relax, it's 5 games in. We win 1 game against Newcastle and we've won the league. We're going to Wembley. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, shouldn't the same argument apply to you lot then? When we win 5 to 10 games in a row, then maybe I'll have to shut my mouth, innit?
Nah, I hear it, man. I hear it. I mean, Tops, I'm seeing some nonsense again. It comes around every year. Supercomputers got us predicted to win the league.
You see this supercomputer, man? When I get hands on you, bro, listen, forget just win it. How about that, bro? Just win it. Forget this AI supercomputer. It's always competitions we haven't won or we haven't won in 20 years, man. Oh,
Agent Smith said we're gonna win the league. Like allow it.
Just win it.
Just win it.
Oh my god. Honestly, it's mad. Flipping out. Yeah, bro. I seen it, man. I seen this AI thing. Favorites to win the Champions League, even though we never won it in our history. Favorites to win the Premier League. Bro, I'm sick. You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of irrelevant stats that lead to no trophies. Best defense, best top 4 record, best top record against the Big 6. How about trophy record? How about FA Cup, League Cup, Premier League, Champion? How about give me that? That's what I want. Give me that, bro. I'm sick of these other records, man, because they don't amount to anything. It's so annoying, bro. It's like you're just flexing on things that no one cares about. Like, again, if it comes with the trophies, then we can talk. You get me?
Hey, that's X. That's all on X, bro. That's a million accounts on X, bro.
You've got a new whip, it's got no rims. Like, what's going on? Like, come on. Like, bro, it's mad, man. So, yeah, bro, I seen it at North Side, bro. And for me, I just roll my eyes whenever I see these kind of predicting to be favorites, because I've never known a team to be predicted to be favorites in competitions we never win at the end of it. We're just favorites to do something and never follow through, bro. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's long, man. It's long. So for me, bro, I just want the team to go over the line. Like I'm saying, man. Like, bro, for me, we need to target that League Cup first. I like Views was saying, man, this could be a thing where we can get a few. Like, again, we've got the best squad again, another thing, the best squad in the league. That's great, but we got to get some trophies with that then. Because, bro, there's no point saying we've got the best squad in the league and then we end up empty-handed at the end of the season. So what's that best squad in the league for then? No, nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, for me, bro, I think we should be targeting that League Cup. A lot of teams play their second string team, or one of our second string teams is probably better than some of the first string teams in the competition, man. There's no excuses not to get far in that and win that, bro. Because again, some of the kind of players we're going to be playing, people like Ben White and Lewis Skelly in our second team, these were in our first team last year. So they're going to be in a cup competition there against teams that we should be beating anyway. So for me, bro, we got to be targeting a couple of trophies this season. I can't lie. And until I see that, that's when I'll take these kind of things seriously, man, about predicted this and that. And when we're the current champions, then I can hear it. But until then, man, I ain't seen the League Cup since 1993. I ain't seen an FA Cup since 2020. I ain't seen a league since 2004. I ain't never seen the Champions League. I'm going to talk to you about... Get out of here, bro.
Yeah, we're the champions on XG, innit? Like,
yeah, trust me, champions of XG. That's it. On X, man, that's it, bro. It's crazy. Oh my god!
I was even saying I don't gamble, innit? They're even saying that like the odds we got the best odds to win the Champions League, and I'm like, based off of what?
Yeah,
like,
what? We never won it. Oh, it don't make sense to me, man. It don't make sense to me.
I really don't get it, bro. Like, for me, I'm just looking at this team like, yo, look, at the end of the day, to keep his job, I'll take any trophy. Any trophy I'll take. Does any trophy save his job? For me, no, not for me. You know what I mean? And I've stuck to that even when Lee, you know what I mean? Even when Lee's like, nah, just win something and, you know, you keep his job. And I'm like, nah, man, nah. It's gone far too long for me to be saying win something. You know what I mean? Maybe year 1, year 2, cool. Like I didn't like him. I never wanted this manager, but cool. He bought himself some time by winning the FA Cup. Cool.
Yeah,
It is where it is. First year, cool. But yo, he's been running off of that one FA Cup for way too long. Do you know what I'm saying? To then give us another FA Cup after these high
War
expectations.
stories now. Yeah,
Bro,
he's
for a
telling
minute,
war
bro.
stories.
Cobwebs and that. For a minute, he's been living off that one still.
You remember a couple of seasons ago when this fan base was trying to compare like Odegaard to Bergkamp and Jesus to Thierry Henry. They were even doing edits in that, putting them in the O2 shirt and that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you man can't be messing it up like this, yeah. And then all I'm getting is a FA Cup every 6
This
years.
is what
bro.
Jussie.
Hey, this is so embarrassing, man. So embarrassing. You know, like when you're chatting to Ting at school and like your parents walk around the corner or something. It's that embarrassing.
Yeah,
man.
I hear it.
They
I
all need
hear
to
it.
just put down. Can we just take away their phones, block their accounts on X? They're half the problem, guys. These guys, these happy clappers, bro. They're just happy clappers, lemons, bro. You know, like World War Z just jumping off a mountain, bro, because Arteta said so. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense, bro. It's so embarrassing. Sorry, bro. It's so embarrassing, bro. Half of that is the problem. I'm just like block. I barely go on there anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a real place anymore, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just full of all those guys. Irrelevant stats that mean nothing. Where's the trophies? Oh, there ain't none. All right then. Do you know what I mean? Like it's mad.
That's what they do, man. That's what they do. Now they're talking about, oh yeah, well, you know, we can win the league and that. We're supposed to win the league, yeah, after Pep dropped off. Because he was supposed to be the second Pep. We were supposed to win the league when Slot came to the league because they said they're going to have a massive rebuild. It's going to take years. So we were supposed to win the league last year. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I don't even want to hear it because these men have been predicting us to win the league. We're supposed to win the league, yeah, 4 years into this regime. It took Klopp 4 years. That's what they kept telling us that I didn't believe. It took Klopp 4 years. It took Klopp 4 years. So there's been all these predictions by people that believe in what's going on. And every single time we hit that time to deliver, we don't deliver. It's on to another prediction. Another flipping mystic meg prediction that we have to now wait and buy time and he needs his players, he needs this, he needs that. Nah, man, I'm not really hearing it. And do you know what's mad? Yeah, all of a sudden, a couple of wins. The people that were Arteta in, that then became Arteta out when it was fashionable, now are back into we're doing our thing. Look at Liverpool. And I'm like, what? Just a couple of games, just change your mind like that. Like a couple of games, like
Crazy.
It is mad early in the season,
Bro,
like,
mad early, bro. People are not deep in it. It's like October, bro. Like, we ain't got December yet, February, this. Bro, no, we're not even in the trenches of the months yet, bro. Like, this is mad early. I just feel like
we're man say mind the gap. What is it? 3 points, a point? Like what? I ain't even looked at the table. Like, I don't even care. Like mind the gap. When I see stuff like that, guys.
Crazy.
Like,
you can't be looking at the table if you've not played everyone at least once yet. Like, that's crazy to me, bro. Like, it's mad early, man. There's still a long way to go. We're only 1 point clear anyway. Like, bro, there's going to be lots of twists and turns in this obviously Premier League title race, man. And for me, we just have to be consistent. Like you guys were saying, bro, has to be improvement in terms of how we're obviously going forward and attacking, man. Because again, having this kind of one goal kind of lead and then going into games, it's not sustainable, bro. You got to be getting kind of some healthy leads going into games, because even what you were saying, North, like in terms of we've not had like a full 90 minutes. Sometimes if you have like a good 45 and you're 3-4 up, you can just chill and kick back, and that's it, bro. The game's done. Like you've done your 45 minutes thing, and then now you can just chill. Do you know what I'm saying? But the problem we're having is we're having a good 35, but it's 0-0, or we're losing, or it's 1-0. So it's like we need the whole 90 to make sure we got a proper performance to get the 3 points. Whereas with good teams, bro, they blitz teams early. How many times have you seen the Invincibles mash up teams early on? Then they're kicking back second half. It's just a training session, keeping the ball 3-0, 4-0. The game's done, bro. You take players off, you rest them for the next game. That's what the top teams do. Sorry, Man City in the treble season did that all the time. So yeah, man, I think we need to get to that stage where we're more clinical for sure. And also as well, we're having top level performances from the off, man. We're not waiting till the second half to kick into gear, or like you said, having one half, but it's still 0-0. And then we need to step it up and we can't do it. So yeah, bro, I think that definitely has to be an improvement for it to be more sustainable. Because at the minute, it is going to come crashing down when we don't score the first goal and we concede, and then the performances are not performing. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we end up losing the game. So yeah, man, just a food for thought for sure, man. Before obviously people get carried away and that. So yeah.
Nah, I hear it, man. Even in November, we got a difficult November. Like we got Sunderland, they're playing well. You can't discount them. They're playing well. Obviously, you expect them to fall off towards the last stage of the season, but early on, right now, they got momentum. They're doing well. That ain't gonna be an easy game. Tottenham, even though they've been up and down, it's a derby. You know they're gonna try to turn up for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna at least get a hard game where we're gonna need to at least match them for effort. Then we got Bayern Munich. Let me not say no more about that. You know what I'm saying? The last time it was embarrassing. So yeah, it is what it is. We got Chelsea, and then we got Brentford, bro. And this is the thing: Chelsea, another team, bro. Like they'll turn up. People already like, Chelsea, they're looking a bit stinky. Look at the way they turned up against Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? So this is the thing, man. These men don't understand, bro. Like the season's long. You're gonna get little patches. Of course, nobody's put us down to get relegated or to be anywhere near down there. So of course, we're gonna put some string together a couple of wins and stuff like that. Of course, we have got a decent team. The problem is that we've got a trophy-winning team, a trophy-winning manager. I think we've got the team. I don't think we got the manager. So it's like, I don't understand why this fan base gets so excited when we win a couple of games. Like especially games that we're supposed to be winning. Like we're supposed to be beating Newcastle. We're supposed to be beating Olympiacos. We're supposed to be beating West Ham. We are supposed to beat Fulham. These are games, and we're supposed to beat Crystal Palace. You know what I'm saying? Like we are supposed to be beating these guys, bro. Like the money that we spend, these men be losing their best players in the last couple of years. That's why I don't understand the overexcitement. Like I feel like there's staples in the season that you go, okay, you win this match, okay, you can see something different. Like if we go up against Atletico Madrid and we put a bad boy performance and we get a very good, well-deserved win, I can say, all right, cool. Look, let me look at the game tactically. Okay, made some changes, in-game management better. We're not just scoring from set pieces. Okay, I can see an evolution to how this manager's managing the team. If we go there and stink it out, even if we come with a draw, I'm like, we're not ready for the knockout stages. The way we're playing, for me, already we're ready for the knockout stages. So it's just like I don't get like Arsenal fans cheering on 3-4 wins against teams that we're supposed to, as if that was never gonna happen. Like, can we sustain that? And can we do that at the end when trophies are actually on the line? Can we do that in cup semi-finals, finals? Do you know what I'm saying? Can we actually do that? Can we perform when the pressure's on? Because I just feel like a lot of these fans, they're just happy that we're no longer the banter club. But we're gonna be the banter club because you man have loaded up this manager so high that now it's not the banter club because we get slapped up 8-6, 7-0. It's not because of that. It's because you gassed up a manager that every year doesn't deliver. So it's just getting bantered for different things. You know what I'm saying? But these men are happy that, we don't get slapped up. We don't get slapped up. We also don't win nothing. So what's the difference? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it ain't really much more difference, bro. Like at the end of the season, we're still getting clowned about how we threw it away and how we just
didn't win. Yeah,
I just feel like these guys are just mad happy. Yeah, it's like, you guys can't clown us. You guys can't clown us. And it's like, is that the standard? Is that the requirement? As long as we're not a laughing stock, then that's okay. As long as we can win nothing. And that's why these men weren't hurting when Spurs won the Europa, bro. Well, not that I was expecting, but I was like, all right, is anyone outraged? Didn't see no outrage. Have you heard them say anything about that?
No.
Spurs won, we must win. Nothing.
Yeah, they're just steadily trying to downplay it. They wasn't upset. They wasn't calling for Arteta's head. They weren't questioning whether they're in the upside down, getting the totem out like we're in Inception. They weren't doing any of that. Because I'm sitting there checking my pulse. I'm like, I can't believe, like, what's going on here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Am I in the upside down? Am I in the sunken place? What do you mean Spurs are winning a title and we ain't? But the Europa League's different now. It's easier. I don't give a rocks, bro. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Man should get sacked for that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's where I'm at with it. And no one was upset. No one was upset. You're right. And they're just trying to make excuses for it. But will they capitalize on it? Well, it don't matter. Like, I was alive.
Europa League's easy, but then with the team they wanted to dismantle, we got to a final with. So how hard was it then?
Yeah. Exactly. How easy was they there? Exactly. And the thing is, what are Spurs? Like, they're only like a couple of points behind us anyway. You know, I ain't even looked at the league, but their results are like near enough mirroring us. And the same guys don't want to say that. Yeah. And they don't want to say that they're in the title race, but we are. These guys are so, like, dopamine's a powerful thing, in it. That's all I'm gonna say. It's powerful, guys. Like, these guys, like, I'm like, what have you got going on between here? Because that's where I'm at. You know why? Yeah, we're the only species on the planet that can look at the past to determine the future. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, no other species can do that. Yeah, and you're telling us that let's throw that out the window on a hope and a prayer. All right, cool. I'm gonna win the lottery in the next couple of weeks, just because I say so. Like, it don't mean it's gonna happen, does it? This is what that's the logic they're coming with. I feel like I'm talking to my baby mum. Like, you're just upset. Where's the logic? You got smashed coming out of your ears. What are you talking about? Do you understand what I'm saying? Oh, we're gonna win the lottery just because you say so. Just because
That's
I
killed
feel it
me.
in my fingers, I feel it in my wet settings. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, all right, cool. If it's going good, all right, cool. Can it continue to go good? That's the questions you really need to ask yourself. Is this manager able to get across the line this way? We're gonna have to wait and see, because he's had how many hits at it like whack-a-mole, bro. He's just missing every single time. It don't matter what you do. Blindfold, a run up, 2 extra hammers. It don't matter what you do, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm at the point where, of course, I want Arsenal to win more than I hate this guy, more than I want him out. But I do not believe he can get us across the line, innit? You know what I mean? But at the same time, and I'll shut up on this, whether it's Berta, whether it's whoever it is, with the teams at a stage now where, like I said, even the most Arteta out guy can look at it and say it's good enough, bro. So what's the excuse this season? I don't know what they're gonna come up with. I don't know what, but he's failed to deliver. That's what we can. So if you want to talk about betting and bookies and supercomputers, like, it's rigged, bro, because they should know the odds. Hold on, this guy don't win. What do you mean he's gonna win? Do you know what I'm saying? As North said, based on what? So anyway, yeah,
it's true. And also, to go back on your point as well, bro, like in terms of them like downplaying the Europa League, bro, they beat a team we couldn't beat in the FA Cup with 10 men at home, bro. The same team we got knocked out by in a competition we couldn't win because of them. So that ain't wrong with me, bro. Like, bro, if we would have done what they did, we might have won a trophy. We might have won the FA Cup. So yeah, man, no one can downplay any trophy. When they won that, my head was hot, bro. Like, how can I see Tottenham win a Europa League before my own team wins the Europa League? That is crazy to me. That is madness. Like, this Tottenham side as well, that finished 17th, can pick up silverware, and my team can't.
With Ange.
With Ange. You get me? It's what we do.
And then drop him and say he's not good enough while we're still trusting processes.
This is what I'm saying. Make it make sense. It's not adding. The map ain't mapping. You get me? So yeah, it's crazy, man.
Like, it's crazy. I don't know if you guys see, like the way that like the articles are always written around Arsenal as well. It's fucking jarring, bro. I'm seeing this one here. 10 times Gunners scored and celebrated versus their old clubs. Who cares? Who cares, bro? Like, why is this the focus of conversation? They won't want to report like the hard things, but then they'll come out with things like this. 10 times we scored, Arsenal players scored against their old clubs. Who cares? If it didn't lead to no trophies, who cares, bro?
Who cares?
Do you know what I mean? I just feel like the focus on this team and this club is always off of the important topics. It's always, what about it? Look at this stat. Arteta's gonna have his 200th game. You see how much they were parading him and sucking him off in the press conference because it's 200th game. And then they got the audacity to say, what did they say? They go, 58% win rate, and they said he's Arsenal's greatest manager. And I'm like, what? What? No.
Hey, bro, I just want to just crash out, bro. That's what they said. I just want to just crash out. That's
what they said in the press conference. Yo, chat, you might know when I covered the press conference. That's what they said, bro. That's what they said.
These men are living in the matrix, bro. Agent Smith said it, bro. Just nothing but green 9s and 0s, bro. There's all these look at, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Why are you not talking about why he's allowed to get to that many games without any real success behind him? Why are we talking about that? I'm telling you, man. And you know what? And I'll just shut up on it because Northside alluded to it earlier, talking about, universally, like the press getting onto him. Yeah, that ain't happened for a long time. It's like the cabal. You get all the fake journalists on YouTube. They all got YouTubes. Subscribe to my Patreon. All these little faggots, yeah, and they get invited to the bloody press conference, bro. These are not real Arsenal fans, bro. They're not gonna ask no real questions. So even like the so-called media integrity, that's in the bin, bro. It's all been a little loving, but even when they're looking at it saying, "What do you mean you turned up with all these fridges at Anfield?" That's when he actually changed it. When that tide slightly starts to turn, and they're like, "Well, hold on, actually everyone's in agreement about something," because it's like politics, and they're like lobbyists. They're always just looking to turn something into a positive. Let's keep the money coming in. Let's keep the dopamine up. You know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing, bro. Honestly, it's so embarrassing, man. Let's just hope that, you know what I mean, something happens. Let's hope that the team can play and win in spite of the manager. Because at this point, I feel like he's holding us back, innit?
Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know why everyone's so giddy. I really don't know. Like I said, I just feel like we need to focus on us. This fan base always want to be throwing shade. Let's focus on us because for me, I feel like Liverpool still have things that can lead them to winning the league that we don't. They got a manager that has experience. They got world-class players. They've got players that have been there, done that. They've added to their firepower. And let's be real, Ekatike hasn't been playing like Gyökeres. Ekatike has walked into that team and he's cooking. And they've got Isak there. If man think Isak ain't going to start cooking, then maybe you're smoking something. Because he's going to start cooking as well. Do you know what I mean? Gakpo's already shown that he can score goals. He won the league last season as well. Gravenberch and McAllister, they're quality players. Slot, most of the praise that Slot got last season, obviously by winning the league, was the way that he could change the team up and the approach game by game. So he's versatile in the way that he changes the team. I know he's going through a hard patch now and it's looking crazy for him, but this guy's been able to adopt and change certain things to get the most out of that team for them to actually win a major honor. That's not something that we've done. So look, I think there was reports as well, they're getting Guehi in January, you know? They're getting Guehi in January.
Yeah.
They're not resting on their laurels, man. They'll continue to improve and at the end of the day, once that defense is sorted out, which we know the defense can perform a lot better to what they're doing right now, Konate, Van Dijk, we know that they can perform a lot better. All of a sudden, we got a massive problem because their attack is a lot more fluid than ours. Their attack has more goals in it than ours. Let's just keep it real. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's long. There was a reason why everybody looked at Liverpool and said, yo, most people, including myself, said, yo, they're the favourites of the league. Yeah. There's a reason. But it's still early enough for them to fix it. Obviously, Slot's got to change it. Maybe change from a 4-2-3-1, maybe play 3 at the back or something like that. I don't know, maybe 4-4-2. Don't know, whatever he wants to do. But he's probably going to have to change the system because everybody's looking poor there at the moment. But at the same time, what was it before? I think it was Liverpool when they played, was it Athletic Madrid? I think it was Athletic Madrid that they absolutely smoked them. I think they won in the end. They could have won that game by more. I think it was Atletico Madrid. Yeah, it was the 3-2. They could have won that game 5-2. So when it clicks for them, it's long. I think Van Dijk got the last header of the game to win it for them. And that's the thing, man. They got these clutch moments. The thing is, they turn up in the big games and they know how to perform in the big stage. So I wouldn't write Liverpool off right now. They deserve the criticism going their way. But I think anyone writing Liverpool off right now,
crazy.
Listen, people were writing everybody else off when we were 8 points clear, innit? And then what happened? So I don't know.
It always happens. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know, that's what we can predict. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be much more the anomaly if we actually finally win anything.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying? I think everyone looks at us like, yeah, well, they ain't going to win, even with everything so-called going for us. Do you know what I mean?
The only way you change that narrative views is when you start winning trophies, bro. That's all I always say, man. Like, it's good having these records and all these things until you win trophies. Then people will start to take you seriously. Then rivals will start to look up and say, Arsenal are top. Well, we've got to be careful because we've seen them win the trophy before. We've seen them get to a final and win it before. Arsenal in the Champions League final. They've won the Champions League before, bro. We can't let them get to another Champions League final. When you start getting then people start to rate your thing. But when you see rival fans and Arsenal in the semis and like, they're not going to get to the final. You know what I'm saying? It's Arsenal, isn't it? The top of the league. Well, they're going to bottle it at some stage. It's just, we're just waiting for the meltdown. Whether it's March, April, what is it going to be? Do you know what I'm saying? You need to kind of smash those narratives by winning trophies. That's the only way. Otherwise, you just have that stigma around your club every single time you're in a position where you can potentially win a trophy, man. So, yeah, we need to definitely get rid of that for sure. ASAP, man. Because, it's been too long, man. Too long.
No, it's mad. North, ESPN analysed Haaland and Glock 14 and came to 2 conclusions. Glock does too many runs to the flanks, but Haaland gets service through the channel and gets support from Foden, Reinders in transition. Yeah, but bro, this is the thing. We've spoken about this. How many times I've seen Gyökeres get service when he leans into the left-hand flank and goes where the winger is, where it's Martinelli or Trossard, because he's not receiving the ball when he's making runs in and behind Konate. Like the Liverpool game, he made runs in behind Konate, he's not getting any service. So I think it's just frustration. He wants to get the ball and run at the middle of the park, but he's not getting the service, bro. Whereas Foden and Reinders already been told by their manager, yo, you already know Haaland's gonna make those darting runs. Make sure you release the ball. That's the difference, bro. Haaland gets service, Gyökeres doesn't on a consistent basis. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I feel like a lot of the chances that's come his way so far, I don't think he's expected because he's looked very frustrated at the start of the season, the way we were playing within ourselves. You know what I mean? But Yeah, man. I just this is what I mean about this manager, man. I don't know. I don't see him changing the system for Gyökeres. I really don't. It's still going to be catered towards Saka, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can't really disagree.
I think we're seeing it already. I think we're seeing it already, innit? Do you know what I mean? And that's like I said, I keep going back to it. I was so happy when we got Gyökeres and Eze, because now you're going to see it for what it is.
Yeah.
You've actually got players that should really be in that position. But Arteta's Angels, whether you're fit, whether you've trained, you know, no matter what, you're going to come straight back into the side. So everyone's going to see it for what it is. Everyone's going to see what I see. Because sometimes I really feel like people just think I wake up and want to have an agenda. Like I don't want to be proud of my team. Like I don't want to win stuff and things like that. It's not. This is just what I see. And you lot don't see it. You know, oh, second, oh, we don't get beat no more. It looks good. You're just literally at the table not eating nut and your belly's in your back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Xylophone ribs and all that. You're just at the table drooling. Don't you want to eat something? Do you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it now, man. You spent a lot of money to sit at this table, to watch other people eat.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And then you're trying to tell me that I'm a negative person for wanting to eat. I'm tired of smelling the food. My mouth's watering. My belly's making noises. Like, what we doing, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. So, yeah, man. Like, you know, as you said, and I feel like especially in the West Ham game, there was chances there where I'm feeling like, and not even just that, before then as well. I can't remember the game it was specifically, but I'm like, bro, you should have passed it there. You're trying to take a shot on that. You know what I mean? So I think he's coming to grips with, well, there's more people that can do something on the pitch, and also he might be frustrated because his body's letting him down as well. But yeah, just quickly on Gyökeres, a lot of it is is anxiety, man. You can see how frustrated he is. You know what I mean? Half the time he's on the floor anyway, just wrestling with. He's got his back to go. I've never seen Gyökeres play like that in any of the clips that I used to watch before he came. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's on Arteta. That's on the system.
Yeah, I agree, man. I feel like again, you're seeing him get very frustrated because, bro, there's been better times where there's a West Ham game, Olympiacos game. He makes some good runs, but the thing is with his runs, you have to do it at a specific time for him to be exploded, get through on goal. Once you miss that kind of time, that's it. Like the run's gone. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's like a wasted kind of movement from him. You can tell he's getting frustrated based off that, man. So yeah, bro, he has, bro. I don't understand. And the thing is, like obviously, Views were saying, and this is why I wanted Gyökeres, because we all know he's a batsman, bro. He scores goals. Like, there's nothing wrong with him in terms of his finishing ability, but bro, you've got to create chances for the guy, bro. And this is why it's very obvious that the manager is not catering towards obviously Gyökeres being the best he can be, bro. Because again, if he was missing chance after chance and getting 3-4 chances a game, then obviously again that's on him. But we're not seeing that, bro. We're getting onto him because he's having a shot blocked or he's missing a chance or missing a tap in from he's like 2 yards out from it. It's like, bro, like we're not even criticizing him for proper chances, man. It's not like he's running through on goal or he's 5 yards out or all these kind of things. We're on him for half chances. It's like, brother, the team needs to do better. The manager needs to do better. Look at Haaland, bro. The manager, it knows what kind of danger man he is. And I know obviously Haaland's better than Gyökeres, but in terms of the mentality of feeding towards a striker, number 9, that's going to make the difference in the games, man. Making sure, like it says, he gets service time and time again. To the point where you wanted him to get 4, 5, 6 chances in a game, bro, because that means the team is catering, feeding the striker. That's what we all want to see, bro. We don't want to see his back to goal, him drifting out to the left, him drifting into midfield, into our own half. All of these things, man. It's like Havertz does that. Like, why are you trying to get this man to do what Havertz does, bro? We're in the same thing. It's like a vortex, bro. It's like if you said upside down, bro. We've seen this before. You just did it with the next man. Like, change the tactics, brother.
That's the ego of this guy. You walk into his office, it's just him holding the FA Cup. Where's the team, brother? It's just him.
Where's Aubameyang?
Yeah,
did he score 2 goals?
Like little Napoleons out here. Like, it's just me, guys. Like, I'm so tired of it, and it's the ego of this guy as well. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, but you've been seeing the changes, throwing on attackers. We were losing against Newcastle until we weren't. Until like 80 minutes. We were losing.
We were.
What else is he going to do?
It.
Yeah, and then what did he do when we equalised? On comes Miles Lewis-Skelly, or on comes defenders. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm sick and tired of it, bro. I'm sick and tired of it, and I think North was alluding to it. Mate, this should be the message that we send out there to everyone. In the pressure moments, when the shit hits the fan, is he going to be attacking? No, he isn't. No, he isn't. He's going to put on defenders. He's going to wrap up the defense. We're meant to have the best defense in Europe. So why do they need all these extra layers? Do you know what I'm saying? And Martinelli, who does great work tracking back. I'll give him credit for that. But he's not a left wing back. He's meant to be our left winger. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, when the shit hits the fan, when it's really time to, you know, step up now, do the talking, you know, do the walking instead of talking. He's gonna do what he done at Anfield, do what you done at you know, Man City at home, bro. That was so, like, bro, like, it's just, that's what he's gonna do. That's what he's gonna do, you know, and hopefully he stops doing that. Hopefully he learns. But has he ever? Not that I've seen.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's crazy because for Tottenham to be so close to us as well. I know it's just the start of the season, but these men have been poor, bro. Like, these men have been crashing out. You know what I'm saying? They got the little win against Leeds, bro. But like Bodo Glimt, they were 2-0 down at half time. Do you know what I'm saying? They almost lost to Wolves, bro. They're at bottom of the table. Like, these men have not been playing well, but yet they're close to us. It just shows that our season start hasn't been that great. They were 2-0 down to Brighton as well at half time as well. You know what I mean? These guys have been getting peppered, bro, but yet they're only about 2 points off of us. You know what I mean? It just goes to show, man, that we dropped points in games that we should have been getting the 3 points, but it is what it is. We ain't been that great. Tottenham has not been that impressive, bro. Go see what their content creators have been saying about their team. They're not been that great. Even Deji, like, he was, you know what I mean? That's why he was celebrating the draw against Bodo Glimt, saying it feels like a win. He ain't seen a win for a minute. You know what I'm saying? These men are 2 points behind us, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I look at it, I'm like, yo, it ain't been that great, bro. Like, people are going on like, we will never. I don't get the overpraising at the moment.
Right.
I just feel like you can praise like individual games, bro, but like it ain't that great when Tottenham's trash form lately are literally 2 points behind us, and we're supposed to be like performing so great this season.
Great.
I don't feel like we are.
Bro, sorry to even just, that's what really kind of grinds my gears, because the same people talking like, oh, we're gonna win the league, that are gonna tell you that Tottenham ain't, when they're literally right there with us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, literally identical results, I think, barring 1 or 2. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. Like, where's the same energy? Like you said, we're in October, for God's sake, you know. So no, I'm with you, man.
It's one of them ones. Man's talking about Odegaard's injury. The thing is, yeah, like with Hincapié, the way that he hasn't rushed him back, I was like, oh, maybe he's changed. The old Arteta would rush him back just to play him and be like, yo, I bought, you know, he's one of his guys. But then you look at Odegaard and you're like, well, how many more times did you have to see it to come off, bro? Like, I don't understand he's taking so long. So this is the thing, like, this manager will do something good to then revert to go do something bad.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He'll play Odegaard and Eze to then go revert back to play Moreno, Zubimendi, and Rice. Like, that's the frustration with this guy. Like, he'll use like Martinelli and Trossard off the bench to then start them in certain games and expect them to be put in 90-minute performances. Like, I don't get it. I thought he's part of the super subs. Like, is it super sub or is he a starter? Like, I don't really get what's going on right now. Like, I don't know, man. Like I said, like, I think, look, it's the season for us to just sit back and watch. But I think deep down, we know, bro. Like, we don't want to accept it, but we know, like, he doesn't even deserve this season. But it's kind of like, okay, well, here's your last toys. Go out and do what you can in it, kind of thing. But I would love to be sitting there saying, yo, guys, I can't lie. Even though I don't like the manager, he's got Eze cooking. He's got Gyökeres cooking. You know what I'm saying? There's different things to our team. We went out there and got a left winger that we should have got. That's the only thing I disagree with Tops. I don't feel like we got everything, but I felt like we got the majority of what we needed. Like, continuing with Martinelli and Trossard, like, even if we go and rotate, play Ethan there, play Dalman there, can we rely on them week in, week out? Nothing to do with their, you know, Dalman and Ethan's, you know, quality, but I don't feel like that they can produce week in, week out. The reason we choose them is because we've been left with nothing but to choose them over what we've got. Right. But, you know, it is what it is. I still think that we had a strong enough window. I agree with you. We had a strong enough window to be able to win something. That's without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like he wants to use, is he going to go revert back to playing Eze on the wing? Because when he was asked about Eze in the press conference, he was saying how he still would like to use Eze as a left winger, right winger, 10. You can play all over the place. And it's like, bro, like, come on. Like, you scout players, you bring players in and you don't know their best positions, bro. He played as a left 10 for Palace. Like, I don't get it. You buy Moreno, you don't realize that he's better as a striker. And it's like, no, we're going to keep playing him in the midfield. Like, I feel like his understanding of players' qualities is just poor. Like Lewis Skelly as well. Like he was poor against Olympiacos. Like I'm just gonna keep it 100. He was poor against Olympiacos, bro. He was allowing bare crosses to be spammed into the box. You know what I mean? Ben White looks a shadow of himself on as a right back at the moment with the back-to-back injuries, and it's like certain players are coming back and they ain't looking that great. Ben White, Saka, they're not looking to, you know, prime, you know, and people say, oh, but no, if they come back from an injury. The problem is we're getting a lot of players come back from an injury to then get re-injured. Yeah, that's my problem. So do you know what I mean? When they're going to hit form, if they keep getting re-injured, and injuries sometimes take a toll. It's not always just physical, but sometimes it's mental. Do you know what I mean? Mentally, they've taken a hit, especially players that never had these kind of issues of back-to-back injuries. I think mentally it takes them a hit. That's what I think about Saka. Saka's never really been a player that's been hurt like that. To then get injured like that, you lose a bit of faith in your body, bro. Especially when he's got the, like, I'm not saying Saka's the most fastest, but he's not slow. That explosive pace, you got to trust your body, bro. Because you got slide tackles diving in all over the place, players trying to take you out. You got to trust in your body. When you lose that trust, you don't run with the same intensity because you're fearful of getting re-injured again, then losing out for the World Cup, losing out representing England. All these things happen to players. It's not just physical, psychological. That's why there's a lot of psychological help for these players as well. So, and this comes down to the manager. You know what I mean? Odegaard now, another injury. This could be, like, I'm not saying that Odegaard's the guy, but I'm just saying this could lead to his decline. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, listen, Mr. Glass, I'm saying Calafiori, like, I'm just, you know, every game that he notches off, I'm just like, there's another one. You know what I'm saying? You know, Odegaard, the same, just going down every 5 minutes. You know, Ben White, we've been saying it. Me and Shane been saying it. We were saying it all last season. These people are in the red zone. Declan Rice as well. All of the injuries he had last season, didn't really get a lot of rest. Hincapié's just come in injured straight away. Norgard, he, you know, when we was watching the press conference, that was the big sell. Like, oh, I'll play because I'm available all the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Injured for time. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on. Maybe that needs to be investigated as well. But you're right, in terms of him just identifying, you know, the right players. He does get lucky, but then a lot of the time, you know, you make a rod for your own back because essentially, you know, we've got just everything's just inverted. Everything. Do you know what I'm saying? We got centre backs playing right back. You bought Hincapié. Everyone's. I didn't watch a lot of this guy, so I'm not going to act like I know. But everyone just tells me he's just a Calafiori reboot. Do you know what I mean? He's literally just the same as Calafiori. So it's like, well, we ain't got a proper left back then. Because these guys are centre backs, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean?
I was hearing that he was good. I know Zia used to watch him. I know he watched Bundesliga. Right. He was telling me that he was good. But you know, you got to take, like you said, we take it with a pinch of salt. We'll see when the player gets it. But
no,
one of them ones. Yeah. If Rice gets injured, we're fucked. We are actually fucked if Rice gets injured, bro. Because Zubamendi ain't gonna hold that by himself, bro. He's not even been that great this season. If Rice gets injured, we got big problems. Because then you're doing what? You're gonna play Norgard? Bro, he's a steady Eddie like El Nene, bro. He's a Norwegian El Nene, bro. That's what he's going to give you. Get a couple of good games, crunch games, big games, bro. He's not of the level. You already know that Flipping Moreno can't play there. So then what? Then we were playing there. Do you know what I mean? I'm telling you, bro, like it ain't gonna be smooth sailing if unless the manager goes for a more attacking midfield. But like I said, I don't think Zubamendi can hold it down right now by himself, bro. Like out of the both of them, I still put Declan Rice performing a bit better than Zubamendi, bro. Zubamendi's holding it down. Rice is injured. I know he's got a back problem. I think he's come back. I think he'll be available for the England game. But at the same time, you know, we keep getting reoccurring injuries. That's the problem. Like Odegaard got 2 shoulder injuries back to back. So hopefully Rice is okay, bro. But this whole we got the best defense. That's the best defense behind 2 DMs, bro, not behind 1. So I don't know, bro. I don't know. He will definitely try. Bro, the football's gonna be stinky. I remember even in preseason he tried to do like Moreno, Norgard double pivot. Do you know what I'm saying? He was doing stupidness like that. Zubamendi, Norgard, and bro, he was dead, bro, in preseason. So yeah, it's gonna be long for us if we do that again.
Even against Port Vale. and I'll shut up. You know, he played Norgard like as the lone six. My man was like, bro, he looked like he was in hella deep water, bro. Like he's not ready for that role whatsoever. He ain't got expansive passing. You know, he ain't got the right positioning. Every time the ball came to him, he looks like a fish out of water in terms of his passing and that. Whereas Rice can actually do that. That's what he is. He's a six. Do you know what I mean? And as lot as people diss Rice for his passing, but his passing range is a whole lot better than what we've got. You know, I did see Zubimendi playing a few forward passes when he came on in the West Ham game, but it's not enough. It's not often. So the qualities that we lost from Partey, he doesn't bring into the team. He's literally like a more mobile Jorginho. Do you know what I'm saying? There will be games that suit him. There will be games where we've got more of the ball, but then there's going to be games where he's getting bodied and ran past, and I've already seen it, in an Arsenal shirt. So yeah, man, Declan Rice, and he always gets flogged for England as well, and Saka. Do you know what I'm saying? Always gets flogged, always. So he came off in our last Premier League game holding his back. You shouldn't have travelled with England, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm on to Arteta for that as well. Show a duty of care to your staff, because that's one thing I don't see from him. Players don't train all week. Happened last season with Timber in between the PSG games. You didn't kick the ball. You didn't do nothing. So why was you part of that second game? You shouldn't have been. The same for Odegaard. You shouldn't have been part of Liverpool. You didn't train. You didn't do nothing all week. It came out of his mouth, but yet you're coming on the pitch the same time as Eze. So I'm just like, well, where's the duty of care? Does anyone remember a time when Rice got to rest last season? I think 2 weeks he had after his broken toe. You know what I'm saying? And then he's just back into action. So have we not got a big squad of players? Have we not filled in all the holes? Apparently, players should be able to get a rest and to get the required rest that they need.
Nah, facts, bro. Absolute facts, man. But listen, big up to the both of you for jumping on. Views, big up, bro. Shout out your channel. What you got coming up next, bro?
Yeah, bro, just views on sport. Obviously, it's international break. We do daily streams at 12 midday. So come and join me over there. We're gonna be struggling. You know what I mean? International break come at the worst time for Arsenal fans, but here we are. Do you know what I mean? We're over there. Come and show some love. Big up to you, North, for having me on again. Tops as always. You know what I mean? Make sure you're subscribing over here as well. Big up, man.
Now, big up, man. Make sure you're subscribing to Views. Link is in the title. Make sure you're supporting the man them. Tops, bro. Shout out your channel, bro, and what you got coming up, bro.
Yeah, big up, man, for having me on again. And yeah, man, channel T Chanzo Sports. I'm trying to get back on, obviously, doing the daily shows as well. Probably do a couple of watch-alongs internationally. Not really sure what games I'll do yet, but yeah, probably tune out for that, man. But yeah, man, big up, obviously, North, for having me back on. Big up, Views. Always a pleasure, as always, my bro. That's always love with you, man. But yeah, man, make sure you go and subscribe to North and Views as well, man, because they're doing their things on their channels respectively, man. So yeah, big up you both as well, man.
Nah, big up, man. Make sure you're subscribing to Tops. The link is in the title as well. Subscribe to both the guys. You know what I'm saying? Views and Tops. Make sure you're supporting the man them. And we're going to redirect to Lee. I will be back for FIFA career mode. Probably going to do 5-6 hours of that. That will be just before midnight. So big up to everyone that's locked in.
Jeez.
And yeah, man. You know what I mean? Got to work, bro. Got to work.
Yeah.
Man's working.
Hours, yeah. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one.
It's kind of calm though, man. You know what I mean? Because you're playing, yeah. The time just goes by, innit? It goes by. It's not like sitting here talking, which time can also go by as well when you haven't banter. But when you're just and then man, the chat are active as well, and and then it's a lot easier because a lot more people got work the next day, so there's a lot more people up, and then people that watch from different side of the world, and it works out, innit? It just kind of works out. So.
Sounds dope.
And now there's no football on. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay,
time to FIFA. Time to FIFA.
Yeah, man. We got to slap up the FIFA thing. But yeah, man, episode 2. Big up to everyone that's locked in. We'll be back for FIFA 1:45. And yeah, man, Northside Raid on the way in. We're out. Love. Subscribe to the man then. Make sure you're subscribing to the man then. Links in the title. We're out.